A desert at night. Wind. Silence. Then a mechanical whimper.
Somewhere out in the California dunes, a military-grade robotic dog drags itself across the sand, sparking, limping, alone.
It was built for war. Tonight, it's just trying to survive.
It has no idea that in a few hours, a broke teenager on a dirt bike is about to become the only friend it's ever had, and the only thing standing between it and the people who built it to be a weapon.
We open on Miles Hill, a quiet teenager who lives for one thing: motocross. He's talented, but he's broke, riding beat-up gear next to kids with sponsorships.
His dad, Chuck, runs a struggling garage.
Money is tight.
Respect, even tighter. At the track, Miles lines up against Sam, his longtime rival, rich, arrogant, and backed by his father George, who owns a fleet of top-tier bikes and gear.
Mid-race, Miles's chain snaps.
He begs Sam and George for a spare.
They have plenty. They refuse anyway, just to watch him lose. That's when Sarah steps in.
She's watched this exchange from the sidelines, and she's not about to let Sam get away with it. She quietly swipes a spare chain from George's own truck and slips it to Miles. With seconds to spare, Miles fixes his bike, gets back on the track, and beats Sam clean.
It's a small moment, but it plants everything. Miles as the underdog, Sam as the entitled bully, and Sarah as the one person willing to do the right thing when no one's watching.
After the race, Miles notices Sarah leaving with Sam, and assumes the worst, that she's his girlfriend. He follows out of curiosity and discovers the truth. Sarah's mother works as the housekeeper at Sam's family estate. Sarah isn't dating Sam at all. She's just tied to his house through her mom's job. Miles gets a good look at Sam's private track and garage full of top-shelf bikes, and it stings. He realizes just how stacked the deck really is. The next day, Sam invites Miles out to that same private track, playing nice.
It's a setup.
While Sam distracts him with conversation, his friends sabotage Miles's bike, dumping sugar into the gas tank.
Miles takes the track, mid-stunt, and the engine cuts out under him. He crashes hard, tumbling down a hillside, badly hurt. Sam's crew reacts differently. Scroggins, the one filming the whole outing, refuses to just leave an injured kid behind and wants to help.
Sam overrules him, dumping some fuel in Miles's bag near him and taking off, leaving Miles alone and hurt in the middle of nowhere. Miles has no choice but to start walking home through the desert, injured, humiliated, and abandoned by the one person who was supposed to be showing him a good time. Meanwhile, at Crane Systems, the secretive tech company Sam's world is connected to, something goes very wrong.
Deep inside a classified military research program, an experimental robotic dog breaks containment during a test. This is A.X.L, Attack, Exploration, Logistics. Built with next-generation AI, designed to fight alongside soldiers.
Tonight, it's running loose, damaged, and untracked, out in the same desert Miles is limping through. Miles hears movement near an old cargo yard and finds the source, a strange, sparking, dog-shaped machine, clearly damaged, clearly dangerous.
Startled and defensive, A.X.L lunges at him.
Miles barely escapes on his bike.
But he can't just leave it.
Something about the machine's condition, hurt, alone, no different from how he feels, pulls him back.
He returns to find A.X.L badly damaged and unmoving.
Cautiously, he starts trying to repair it. A.X.L, still functional enough to communicate,
sends Miles step-by-step repair instructions directly to his phone.
Miles follows them, patching the machine back together piece by piece, and discovers it even runs on regular gasoline. Back at Sam's, Sarah finds out exactly what Sam did to Miles out on that track. Angry and worried, she goes looking for him herself. She tracks him out into the desert and finds him there with the strange robotic dog he's been nursing back to health.
At first, A.X.L is wary of Sarah too. But once it identifies both of them as non-threats allies, not operators, something shifts in its programming. It stops seeing them as targets and starts treating them as its people.
Miles and Sarah, now bonded by circumstance, agree to keep A.X.L safe and figure out what it actually is. Back at Crane Systems, we meet Andric, the scientist who built A.X.L and the one now scrambling to cover up its escape.
He can't report this up the chain.
The military is funding this project. He's already burned through $70 million of their money, and his big demonstration is only 2 days away.
If they find out A.X.L is loose and glitching, the whole program gets shut down.
So instead of raising the alarm, Andric quietly launches tracking drones, keeping the search off the books.
When Andric's tracking finally pinpoints A.X.L's location, he learns it's bonded with a teenage boy.
Instead of panicking, he sees opportunity, a real human test subject, bonding data he could never get in a lab. He decides not to intervene yet. He wants to watch how far this connection goes. Worried about drones and search teams, Miles decides to move A.X.L somewhere more hidden, an old abandoned mine out past the edge of town.
It feels safe, remote, off the grid. But there's a problem neither of them accounted for: Sam.
Trying to track down Sarah, who hasn't been answering and hasn't been home, Sam manipulates her mother into activating a phone tracking app on her device.
It leads him straight to the mine.
Before that confrontation plays out, though, A.X.L does something important. Using its own onboard memory banks, it plays back a recorded video footage revealing exactly what Crane Systems built it for, and what its intended purpose really is.
Watching it, Miles finally understands what he's protecting.
Prompted by what he's learned, he activates A.X.L's owner pairing system using a small remote control that came with it, cementing an actual bond between them. He hides that remote back at his house, not realizing yet how much is going to hinge on it later.
That's when Sam shows up at the mine and corners Sarah. Miles doesn't hesitate.
With A.X.L at his side, he confronts Sam directly, using the machine's presence to intimidate and humiliate him in front of his friends, forcing Sam to back off and retreat. It's the first time Miles has ever had real leverage over him, and he uses it.
Still, when the moment could turn violent, Miles orders A.X.L to stand down. He doesn't want anyone hurt.
Sarah isn't thrilled that Miles escalated things at all, worried it'll only make Sam more dangerous, but she doesn't walk away either. She's in this with him now. Back at Crane Systems, tension splits the team.
Randall, one of Andrik's own scientists, pushes to bring A.X.L back in immediately, worried it's only a matter of time before it hurts an actual civilian out there. Andrik refuses.
As far as he's concerned, every hour A.X.L spends bonding with a real person in the real world is data no lab could replicate, data that puts them years ahead. A civilian getting hurt, in his mind, is an acceptable risk.
Miles and Sarah head back to Miles's house, finally ready to tell his father Chuck the truth about the robotic dog hiding in the desert. Chuck doesn't take it well. His answer is simple: this thing belongs to someone else, and they need to give it back before it gets them all into serious trouble. While they're gone, Sam returns to the mine with his friends, this time for revenge. He sets A.X.L on fire with a flamethrower. And true to Miles's earlier order, A.X.L doesn't fight back. It just takes it. Sarah manages to catch part of the attack on video.
She and Miles race back to try to stop it, but they arrive too late. A.X.L is already burning. Damaged but not destroyed, A.X.L manages to transmit Miles a new location, somewhere it can be repaired. At the same time, back at the Hill House, one of Andrik's agents shows up demanding to know where the control device is. Chuck, growing suspicious of this stranger, turns the tables and presses him for answers instead. The agent eventually admits the truth. He's here because of A.X.L. Andrik, it turns out, isn't just covering his tracks anymore. He's fascinated by how far the bond with Miles has progressed, and under mounting pressure to deliver results to the military, he wants A.X.L back home no matter the cost. Miles and Sarah get A.X.L to a garage, where it begins a lengthy self-repair sequence, stitching its own damaged systems back together over 2.5 hours.
But Andrik's team picks up its location during the process and moves in fast.
Agents arrive and try to seize A.X.L while it's still mid-repair, powered down and vulnerable. The repair finishes just in the nick of time.
A.X.L comes back online and makes short work of the operatives sent to grab it.
But when it wakes up, its most recent memory is the one that matters most: Sam, standing over it with a flamethrower.
Something in its programming snaps.
Ignoring its earlier restraint, A.X.L takes off, fully intent on hunting Sam down, with Miles and Sarah sprinting after it, trying to stop what's about to happen. They catch up at Sam's house, where he's throwing a party, completely unaware of what's coming.
A.X.L arrives ready for payback.
Sam grabs the flamethrower again, trying the same trick that worked before, but this time he burns through his fuel before it does any real damage. Miles and Sarah get there just in time, talking A.X.L down and stopping it from actually killing him.
But the chaos draws attention. Andrik's drones swarm in and disable A.X.L on the spot. Miles and Sarah are captured and brought in for questioning, delivered straight to Andrik. Andrik tries to override Miles's ownership bond with A.X.L directly. It doesn't work, the pairing is too deep, so he escalates. He threatens to reprogram A.X.L to attack Sarah unless Miles reveals where the control remote is hidden.
It's a cruel gambit, using the bond itself as a weapon.
But Sarah refuses to be intimidated. She shows A.X.L a small drawing she made earlier, a feather, a private symbol between them, and it's enough. A.X.L recognizes her, recognizes the bond, and refuses to strike. Before Andrik can push further, his superior, Captain Weber, arrives. Andrik tries to make a run for it, but he's arrested on the spot. In the fallout, it comes out that Berman, one of his own scientists, uneasy with how far Andrik had taken all of this, was the one who quietly alerted Weber in the first place. With the compound surrounded, Sarah makes a choice. She lets herself be taken into custody so that Miles and A.X.L can get away. The two make a break for it, but they don't get far before a military helicopter picks up the chase, tracking them up into the mountains. They're cornered on high ground, with nowhere left to run. Miles knows what has to happen. He can't keep A.X.L, not now, not like this. He gives the order to run, and A.X.L obeys, breaking away from him one final time. But instead of escaping, A.X.L begins a self-destruct sequence. In its last moments, it uploads every memory of Miles, of Sarah, of the friendship the three of them built out onto the open internet, refusing to let any of it disappear or be reclaimed by the people who built it. Its very last act is turning to look at an image of Miles one more time before the sequence completes. Miles, alone on that mountainside, has nothing left to fight with. He surrenders to the military that's closing in around him. 6 weeks later, Andrik sits in a prison cell, locked up for endangering national security and civilian lives with his unauthorized program. Captain Weber pays him a visit with a pointed question. A.X.L's code has resurfaced somewhere out in the digital world. What exactly has it been doing? Meanwhile, Miles and Sarah are starting a new chapter, both awarded military-funded college scholarships, a reward that's really just a way to keep them quiet and keep them close. On a relaxed afternoon at the beach, studying and playing with a new puppy, Sarah hands Miles an envelope. Inside is a short note from his father, and tucked behind it, unnoticed at first, the old remote control for A.X.L falls into his hand. Miles looks at it. Sarah looks at him. He asks if they should try activating it. The device powers on. Somewhere out there, A.X.L's operating system begins uploading itself again, right onto their phones. Whatever that self-destruct sequence really did, one thing is now clear, A.X.L survived, and it may be finding its way back to them. That's where the movie leaves us. And that's the complete story of A.X.L, a robotic weapon that chose loyalty over its programming, and the two kids who chose to protect it, no matter the cost. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to subscribe for more full movie recaps, and let me know in the comments which film you want covered next.